Welcome to the Mind Your Business Show. I'm your host, Tony Calloway, your private money godfather. And today's episode is about solar energy. We have the chairman, founder, and the co-chairman of Energy in Life who are going to come talk to you about how you can connect with the sun and power your dreams. Thanks for showing up. Go get your pen and paper, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Mind Your Business Show. I'm your host, Tony Calloway, your private money godfather. And today we have the founder and CEO of Energy in Life, Mr. David Nolde, and the vice chair, Robin Nash. How are y'all doing today? Glad to have you on the show.
Thank you for having us. We're doing well.
All right.
Fantastic, Tony. Thank you, sir.
All right, fantastic. And David, I understand that you're coming to us from Mexico, man.
I am. Matter of fact, it's a beautiful day here. Been beautiful every day, and that solar energy, that light has been flowing in Mexico as well.
Well, it's certainly doing you quite well. And now, Robin, tell everybody where you're located.
I'm in Houston, Texas, ex Air Force. I came down here on the invitation of the Bush family, and they said if you had ever had the opportunity, come on, see Houston. And I have to tell you, I love it here.
Fantastic.
Great people.
All right. Well, hey, Energy in Life, we're going to talk about your company and what you're doing in this exciting energy space. But first, I call it the human interest story. And ladies first. So Robin, you just kind of started telling a little bit about your background. So help the audience to get to know you a little better.
Well, I'm an entrepreneur. Since I've left the military, it's difficult for some of us to find our wings, so to speak, after leaving the skies. And I found a niche here in the oil and gas hub. And it's bringing solar energy into marrying with and working along with the oil and gas industry. Technology today is so great that's given us this opportunity to utilize government funding, put together a team that starts with this new technology and bring it to the masses. So it's fantastic.
Wow. Well, if you wouldn't mind, how did you evolve from being in the Air Force to even connecting with and then to solar energy in Texas? It's almost like cliche, oil and water don't mix, but anyway.
It really is, but well, when I left the military, I had to find another path, and I head for engineering, and I ran into the president of a restoration company, Blackman Mooring, and they never had hired a woman. I was first female on the airborne teaching PSYOP, so that never bothered me. I jumped in with both feet, as they say, and started to love restoration structure. I worked in both the residential and commercial fields. And once you're in the building and recovery of damaged materials, that kind of thing, one thing led to another, then I started using generators on a lot of my jobs because after storms, there is no power. There is no grid to connect to. So what do? Temporary power, generator services. And around 2015, I started to pique my interest towards solar, thinking this was a great application, both in the commercial, building, and development fields. And lo and behold, as one does, you find like-minded people, and met with David back then, and we've continued our conversation, and now we have created something that we think is phenomenal. It allows us to let everyone enjoy the technologies of today and the future. So we created Energy in Life, and our tagline is, we light the path to all our future.
Awesome.
And it's true. We have to combine oil and gas industry with technologies of today. Look at how many EV cars are out being introduced just this year alone. It's exciting.
It is indeed. Well, you mentioned that you ran into a like-minded person. I have to say that David and I have a wonderful background of being in the military together. But David, how about helping everybody to get to understand who you are and how you evolved to be involved with Energy in Life yourself as a founder?
Well, first of all, it's an honor to be with two really incredible individuals on this call. Tony and I went to what was called the Postgraduate Intelligence Program, which is for the top 3% of intel officers in the world. And just like General Grant and General Robert E. Lee, I was Grant at the bottom of the class, and he was Robert E. Lee at the top of the class. So the real brains on this call is Tony Callaway. But Robin also has great experience in intelligence herself. So there's a lot of like-minded people on this phone. But to get to kind of the summary of my journey, my family, my father was the last American soldier killed in the Vietnam War.
Wow.
Colonel William B. Nolde, 2.5 hours before the war ended. President Nixon sent Air Force One to pick up his body. I was 13. We flew to Arlington. He was buried. We went to the White House. And he really gave me the foundation of the name of our company, Energy and Life, because that's what he exuded every day of his life. And people like yourself and Robin and Opal and some other people all around this project, to include Bob Grease, who you just interviewed, are high energy, positive people. And that's not an accident. The company was named Energy and Life because of the instilling of that good energy my dad put into me and my journey.
Wow. Well, that is a wonderful story, and thank you for sharing it with us. All right, so now let's talk about energy in life. We understand that you're in the solar energy space. So now what is the, and I think, Robin, you gave us the context for this, but where are you guys entering into the solar energy space with your business concept?
If I could comment on kind of the foundation of that, like happens in life, like Robert was saying, you find your path and niche. In this case, one of the foundations of it is there's a gentleman who I think you've interviewed named Bob Grease, the Grease Investment Fund, that bought a energy company 5 or 6 years ago for 20 million plus. I was his lead scaling person on that project. We took it public last July for 487 million. So it kind of gave me some exposure to that industry. And then as what happened, I ran into Robin, who's like-minded and has a lot of experience on the solar side. And so the two of those things, those paths crossed, and I'll let her comment, and I'll come back around after her comments on how she feels about the beginning path of our journey as well.
Okay, Robin?
Well, I started looking at solar back in the 2014, 2015 timeframe. But the problem was you couldn't count on the panels. There was a lot of maintenance. The cost was a little bit prohibitive for the everyday layperson and the technology, putting it together and adapting the processes was a little more in depth. So, we did have some government programs supporting solar back then, but a few years later, it's like any other technology, we've advanced. So solar panels come in all different size widths. We can adapt them to existing homes and structures without a lot of infrastructure need. We can adapt to what's already existing, and that's the exciting part. People are running their pools, heating them or cooling them, depending on where you live. And they have, now they're buying these electric vehicles, and they have to be maintained. They have to be charged. So we've come up with a program that we can lower someone's actual bill monthly. We get 2 bills, and we send our engineer out to look at the site and prepare it. And we have 90% of the time been able to give them solar panels, include a generator to help through the storms, which we all know is a constant now. It's not 100 years or 50 years, it's every other year. So, it's becoming a must. It's not a rancher that needs a generator and some solar, right? It's everybody.
Right. Yeah.
We need help, even if it's not day to day, it's through the storms. And every city and every state is being affected now. We see that.
Right.
So we can use the government program. The client benefits from them. As soon as their solar is up and attached, they get the documents from the government, and they can get 32% rebate. They can take it as a tax deduction, or they can actually get a one-time payment of 32% back of what their solar equipment cost. Now you own additional real estate. When you sell your house, you can sell the solar with it. It's attached, part of your structure. Plus, you get a government loan in essence between 1.99% and 2.49% for a generator, your equipment, if we have to beef up your roof, whatever it may cost to install it, you get a rebate back. And that is as a homeowner, the consumer. So those people who are looking at EV cars but feel like it's out of reach, now we've just given them the opportunity and a way to get a 1 to a 2.49% loan from the government, which is far better rate than you would get on a traditional loan if you went to auto financing or went to your bank for a personal loan.
Absolutely.
So you can use this money to enhance your lifestyle and move forward in life and save money not only on your electric bills, but also on your gas consumption.
Man, that is
So win-win.
that is fantastic. Well, David, anything else to add? Certainly, Robin, you just laid it out there. I'm excited about it.
No, she did a great job of doing that. And just to kind of give you the kind of the next level of what we're doing as a company is right now in the industry, like I said, most leads that are given to brokers out there are either purchased or they're cold call type leads. In our system, we're going with the top brokers in the industry. One of the very few companies, if not the only one, that pays a base at certain levels of a salary, not just commission based. So you weed out the people who are just trying to make money fast. The actual brokers themselves in our business model are a part of the top brokers, a part of the equity play as well. And one of the main points I want to make that she's making about the residential commercial side of the business, we talk about the word scaling, is we're like any business model, we're creating the foundation model here in Houston first, with beautiful office space, not wasted office space, but office space that is used to give the image and also the proper quality of training to our brokers. And then as we create the revenue streams from both residential and commercial, and on average, our brokers will do 5 to 8 sales per week, the higher end brokers. That'll quickly get our revenues up to between 200,000 and 600,000 a week with very little cost of goods sold. It's a very low barrier to entry business, where you can actually enter the business with very little capital outlay. The capital that we are raising is more to have skin in the game with our partners and our brokers, so everybody has focus on the project, but also then for larger projects that I'm going to have her speak to as well, like development projects where we purchase real estate and use people like who's a real estate broker partner of ours, Opal and her people, and other people involved in larger real estate development projects that we can then pre-package. So I'll let her talk more about that. So both acquisitions, mergers, and then larger development projects for solar where it's pre-packaged. Robin, if you could comment on some of the development stuff.
Yeah, as far as development goes, it's a synergistic opportunity where we are actually coming together with other vendors and other producers of different components. For instance, in the development stage, instead of laying groundwork and having to drive electrical, and we have units that we can stage at a development site that is run by solar power. It's a command center for a future development. It brings both power, technology, internet, all those things that you might need to be in the field and supervise long-term projects or growth projects. Same with our components moving forward with the commercial. You know, there is so many rooftops that are perfect, already set up for solar, and that can integrate. Years ago, we did a project at Rice University for their dormitory, put solar panels up there. The beauty of it is it's sun-driven, low maintenance. Solar is something that you can keep. It lasts 30 years, so it's an investment worth looking into for the consumer. And for us, it's a very simple and easily produced stream of income as well as technology. And we're bettering the world while we're doing it. So we all have this this feeling that we should do things that are brightening the world, brightening our future, helping with the future generations. And that's really at the core of our essence. And that's why technology is so interesting to us and why we're motivated to keep finding ways to integrate both oil and gas and technology of today.
Okay.
I think
All right.
if I could just add one more comment to that too, Tony, that when she talked about bettering the world, one of the things that we're doing with this company is lighting the path to the future, which was a tagline Robin came up with, which I think is wonderful. It's an example of, I came up with the name of the company and she came up with that tagline, and it's how the two synergies of our relationship is wonderful. But Bob Grease is doing a Broadway show. The guy I told you took the energy company public. We're going to be at the Super Bowl for 8 days. And Franco Harris, who's a former friend of mine, his sister used to do a lot of things for me, but we'll be recruiting athletes and business people out there to be what we call market area partners in other cities as we grow. And that's the scaling model, where it's a 49% ownership by people that are both business and athlete partners. And then we own 51% of each market. And we use the Houston-based model to scale it, where we can bring even partners into Houston, train them on the market area model, the brokers be trained, and open those markets very carefully in a scaled step-by-step manner that's being done. And we're in the process of putting those type of things together. So we're even going to use the Broadway show in some of these markets to recruit some people to come to the show, help the youth, the underprivileged.
Right.
Robin's purchased tickets for the underprivileged. Other partners of mine have as well. So we want to give back, not just make money. We want to light the path to the future.
Awesome. Now, with the time we have left, there are two pieces here that I'm very curious about. One is, I know that there are various incentives, and I gather some of that's federal, and then there might be different ones at state level. So question one is, how do people find out what opportunities there might be in their various localities to see what incentives might help to subsidize or defray the cost of them having a solar installation for either their business or their residents?
Well, we have a number, an information number they could call in, and we can get information from the clients to what they're really looking for. If they're looking for solar for their own properties, be it commercial or residential, we can get them, the answering service will get them to the right partner.
Okay.
If they're looking to open another center or work along with us and interested in the business model, they can get them to the right number.
Okay. Would you happen to have that number handy? You can.
Yes,
We'll make sure to add it to the graphic. Go ahead.
It's 832-299-5495.
All right, fantastic. We'll make sure to put that up as a graphic too. And now the viewing area for Beam 7 cable is West Central Alabama, and I'm right here in Western Georgia. So to the extent that your business is looking to scale nationally, what are the opportunities for people in other parts of the country to partner with Energy and Life?
If I could address that, because that's a great question, we appreciate it. But part of when I was talking about the market area partnership model is we will have people that are either already affiliated with us through relationships in other businesses that will then become the partners in that area that introduce it to San Antonio, Dallas, even other states all around the country, because this government program we're talking about is nationwide. And so the key is, in order to scale it and get the word out, is to not only be on shows like this, but one of the things that makes us unique in our dashboard, we call our platform, that's being completed in the next few weeks to the next level, is even the individual homeowner or business owner is allowed to make money doing this, even if they don't jump in with us as a partner. So let's say Robin buys solar for her house, and she takes her energy bill from $400 to $280, and now she owns the system, owns the asset, and she's a person who has birds that fly in her hair to bring the light of the exterior into your home. I love it. So I don't edit that out. That's a beautiful piece. I'm going to do that. Trust me. But the bottom line is that the people that refer someone and tell about a good, and Tony, you're a smart guy. If you're a homeowner and we're going to deal, we do deal with middle class and below houses to an extent, but primarily we're going after high end, middle to upper class, although we'll take the other too. I don't want to exclude that. But if you do a good job in a house that's, let's say, 7,000 square feet who they're solid people, vetted leads, and it goes well, which it will for that person. Well, I already see it happening in neighborhoods. So next thing you know, 2 more neighbors got it, 3 more neighbors. We give a referral of anywhere from $1,000 to as much as $6,000, depends on the size of the project for referrals. So it's a way of spreading the word, but also being on our lead generation team that we're forming as well to spread the word.
Well, that is fantastic. So, and they'd be able to reach out through that same number that Robin just gave?
Yes.
Okay, awesome, awesome. We got a few minutes left, and I do want to say to our audience that the Mind Your Business show is where we want to help you to power your dreams. And I think this is a perfect interview where the word power has multiple meanings, but to the extent that you guys are entrepreneurs, you've seen opportunities, you're organizing a business. We got about 3 minutes. I'll ask each of you, one of the key things that you would recommend to anybody who is seeking to grow a business, to be, mindful of, open to, in terms of contributing to the success that they will be able to benefit from learning from you guys?
Go ahead, Robin, you go first.
Okay, well, I think one of the key components is you have to have a clear vision. You have to know exactly from soup to nuts where you see your starting point is and what your vision of growth is and what you want to really obtain. If you're not a person of direct vision, or you want to do something, you've got the wherewithal to get out and do whatever it takes to become successful. Most people have two things. They either are self-driven or they want to be part of something that's much bigger than themselves. Both David and I feel the same way. We have a clear vision. We have a path to not only success, but to helping the masses. Giving back at our age is something that it's not something we want to do. We feel it's a must do. Awesome. And so we've incorporated that into our steps and how we can grow this company and how we can affect multiple people. And our team, there is room to grow on our team, but you have to come in, you have to be willing to come here, train with us, and set yourself apart, because we want quality people that have the same kindness and support and want to pay it forward in every opportunity while making money and being successful for yourself and your family and your generational growth, your generational family.
All right. Well, David, we got 1 minute left, so how about
Sorry.
you add to that?
No, I actually,
wrap it up
it's
for us.
Wonderful to have that. That was a perfect summary of what we're doing. And so I'll just close with this. I told you the name Energy in Life came from good energy. And I'll pass this on to all your viewers, anybody else that just looks for hope in life. All of us have a journey. It goes up, it goes down, and it goes all over the map at times. But the most consistent factor that we have in this group of people is good energy. And my father told me a story that before he left for Vietnam, that he never came back. So that meant a lot to me. It drives the name of this company. He said, find something in life you love to do and pursue it with a passion, because it's no longer your work. It becomes a part of your life. Second thing is 24 hours in a day. You spend 8 to 10 sleeping, another 3 or 4 moving around, just doing your daily maintenance. So you got about 8 hours every day to do what you want to do. So give back to others with good energy, run from those people with negative energy, and shine the light of the path to the future, like Robin said in her tagline.
Fantastic. Well, hey, folks, we've got David Nolte, Chairman and founder of Energy in Life, Vice Chair Robin Nash, Energy in Life. Folks, you've got the number to contact them. And we appreciate you guys being with us today on the Mind Your Business show. So as we wrap up, I thank you all the viewers for tuning in. And as I always say, if you're going to go in business and stay in business, you got to mind your business. And we'll see you on the next one.